Clay, we can get started. Sorry. Clay will be presiding tonight. Let's see. On my head. Cleo.
Hi, sorry, here.
Yeah. We
Are
can
you
get
ready?
started. Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. As Chair Lama Sao mentioned, I will be helping her to preside over tonight's meeting. So with that said, can we please take attendance?
Sure will.
Thank you, Michael.
You're very welcome. Good evening, everybody. Good to see all your shiny, happy faces. Let's see what I just had it open. What do I do with it? Okay. Starting with Laura Ocasio. Sorry.
Aloha. How are you?
Hi. President. Katie Rita Chang.
Good evening.
Thank you for being here. Melissa Sato. Melissa? Okay. Phil
So
Barnes.
Melissa's actually on the Zoom with me. She can hear. I don't know if that's allowed or not.
Who's me?
Ryan Sakuda?
Ryan Sakuda? I just need to hear her voice.
Okay, Melissa, can you say here?
Here.
Thank you, Melissa. Phil Barnes.
Here.
Justin Kaditz.
Here.
Did I say that right? Probably not. We're gonna go with Cadiz. Oh, sorry about that. Shay Chan Hodges.
Here.
Carolyn Gloyu's not here. Justin Huey.
Present.
Thank you. Josephine Killeran. Not here. Dan Kochi.
Present.
Hey, Dan. Michelle Kurihari Klein. Not here. Ken Morikawa. Not present. Dean Morikawa. Not present. Mark Nakashima. Mark Nakashima. Not present. Dylan Ramos. Oh, sorry. Roth Puahala.
Ayo.
Hi, Roth. Dylan Ramos. Sorry. There we go.
Here.
Thank you. Stephanie Sakamoto.
Here.
Thank you, Stephanie. Ryan Sakuda.
Here.
Bronson Silva. Bronson Silva. Frank, I forgot how to pronounce your last name.
Shapansky.
Pensky. Thank you. Frank is here. Kyle Yamashita. Not present. Kaleo Chang.
Here.
Chair Lamasao. And she's here. Make double check. 15 members. You have quorum, Chair. You may proceed with business.
Thank you, Michael. So we do have quorum, and just to go over for everybody, so we did get 3 late submissions that met the qualifications to be taken up if members so choose to. As a quick reminder, we will need 2/3 majority in order to take up any of these items. As we have 15 members present tonight, as Michael just mentioned, I believe that quota is going to be 10 members voting in the affirmative in order to take up action. And then in order to approve action, we'll need a majority of 8. So if we do choose to take up any measure and want to pass it on, we'll need 8 members. With that said, as there are 3 late submissions, are there any motions on the floor?
Dylan Ramos, I move to take up, or do we have to do one by one, or can I move to take up all 3?
Let's take up one by one.
Well, you
okay.
do all 3 at once, so we only do one vote, and then you decide. Then you debate each one individually, Chair. Sorry. So we can.
Okay, if it's okay, can we do? I spoke with Chair Lamasao, and we were gonna just do it one by one, if that's okay.
Okay. Well, Dylan Ramos, I move to take up the Environment, Water, and Energy Amendment.
Okay, is there a second?
Second, Justin Huey.
Thank you. So the motion was made by Dylan Ramos, seconded by Justin Huey. We don't debate this, as I don't think we debate. I think we'll just go straight into vote. Are there any objections? Or should we just do a roll call vote
If
since
it-
there's only 15 of us?
Can you read it? Or can you put it up so we can see it?
we're not debating the, you're just deciding if you're gonna actually talk about it. So if you know it's about water energy. So,
What?
okay, if you want to debate it, because we're
I'm
not.
not talking about debating. I'm just like, can I see it?
It should be in the platform folder, which all members should have access to under
perfect,
late
thank you.
submissions.
Actually, it's in your working document for everybody. All three of them are there.
Thank you, Michael.
Be nice
So
if
maybe we'll,
you put it up on the screen.
sorry. With that said, maybe we'll just go into a roll call vote, Michael. I think that'll be easiest. If you wouldn't mind helping.
Sure, not a problem. I live to serve.
Uh,
Laura, a yes vote says you're willing to debate it. A no vote says you're not willing to debate it, to bring it
I-
up.
yes,
Laura Casios.
but I also would like to see it, and I don't have access that I know of.
Granted you access to the folder
And the folder is,
in your shared drive.
okay, awesome, thank you.
Okay, so you're yes. Katie Arita Chang,
No.
Melissa Sato,
No.
Bill Barnes, Bill Barnes,
Yes.
Justin Cadiz,
No.
Shay Chan Hodges,
Yes.
Karen Gloy's not here, Justin Huey,
Yes.
Josephine Killeran. Not here, Dan Kochi,
No.
Michelle Kurihara Klein, Ken Morikawa, D Morikawa, Mark Nakashima, Raf Puhala,
No.
Dylan Ramos,
Yes.
Stephanie Sakamoto,
No.
Ryan Sakuda,
No.
Bronson Silva, Frank Shapaski,
Yes to approve, no need to debate.
Kyle Yamashita, Kaleo Chang,
No.
Rochelle Lamasau, Chair Lamasau.
No. No.
Sorry. Just 1 second. With 6 yeses, the motion fails.
I have a question.
Yes,
Did you
Oh, sorry.
could you restate the question? The way it was presented sounded confusing to a lot of people.
Okay, I can clarify that, Michael. In order to take up motions, because they're late submissions, if we had submissions on time, we would automatically take it up. But because these were late submissions, we need 2/3 majority in order to even start debate on any of said motions. That's just the procedure that's written. So it's the procedure that our committee will be following tonight.
Correct.
Justin
But
Huey?
what I'm suggesting is that the way the question was worded
Mm-hmm.
implied that there was no need to debate, you would say no. That doesn't mean they disagreed with
Correct. It doesn't mean
resolution.
that we disagree with the platform amendment. It's just a procedural vote.
Right. So was anybody else confused by the way that was worded?
I'm not seeing anything, and if members want to change their vote, I mean, we could open it up, but I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm being told we cannot open it up. I think that we already took the vote. And yeah, sorry about that, Frank. Justin Huey?
Yeah, so all we're doing right now is voting against even considering one of the very few platform items that someone decided to write, to put forward to debate. So we have something to do at convention. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, because I think that's very sad that we're just not allowing anything to be debated. I mean,
Yeah,
why do
thank
we
you
have a
for your
convention?
comments. Thank you for your comments, Justin, but I do think, and I can explain my vote. I'm happy to explain my vote to all of you folks as to why I voted no. There was a submission period of time that we needed to, turn in these applications, and it was communicated by the Democratic Party. And I feel uncomfortable if we are just not honoring those kinds of deadlines, and I just that's personally the reason that I'm going to be voting no on these submissions. But members can have any decision or have any justification for their decisions. So I appreciate all of you folks for your passion behind this, and your questions, but I will respect the membership. So thank you. Shay?
Yeah, so I'm a little frustrated because that's a little bit of a bait and switch as far as I'm concerned, because Frank put this proposal together. I put together 2 other ones. So I didn't need to do any of them. I didn't know, I wasn't planning to submit proposals for the platform committee. The very first meeting that we attended, and I'm new to this process, so I was just taking at face value what people said. So at that meeting, Rochelle said, the deadline's been extended. There was some conversation. Phil Barnes brought up the fact that, oh, I would think that people from Maui would want to have something about public safety. So I stopped everything I was doing with the rest of my life, and I went through the platform because I thought, okay, I'm going to be on the platform committee. I'm going to vote on platform amendments, but there were no platform amendments. So I put some time into it. I got my signatures. I made some pretty minor changes to the public safety because we have a huge public safety issue here on Maui. And then you guys come on and say, oh, well, I don't think I want to be, approving even having a conversation about this because it's late. So if I had known that that was going to be what the will of the committee was, I would have never went to the trouble to write all this. So I have other things to do, and I find this to be extremely disrespectful of our time. I don't know why it was brought up at the last meeting that we should submit platform amendments. So, yeah, I'm a little disturbed by this whole process.
Okay, thank you. Phil?
Yeah, I agree with what she's saying there. I mean, the whole thing with the 2/3 is these are late submissions, but the process says if 2/3 of us want to debate the issue, if we think it's worthy to look at, then why say you don't even want to look at it? I mean, I don't understand that reasoning. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Michael? Sorry, Michael, I think you're muted.
Oh, I was. This is the 3rd time today. Sorry. I believe Dylan had his hand up before me if he wants to go. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, I think he just put it down.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, Dylan.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I was muted too, but I do have it up, but go ahead, Michael, please go first.
Okay, I do want to correct a couple things that were said. No deadlines were extended. We are barred from doing so. I do want to remind everybody that once we realized there were no submissions, that we did give you a heads up to all the members of this committee that we had no submissions, that the deadline was coming. And that we also put it, I think I put either me or one of my other co-chairs put in that email that anything received after that deadline would be considered late and would require a 2/3 vote. And these are not debatable motions. And so in some cases, it went against the advice of the committee that we even put them in the folder in advance, because usually you just get the title and that's it. And then you get to go to vote. So, and this has been part of the instructions that we provided to everybody starting back in January. And there was the instructions in the standing rules. So it may be a little frustrating, but unfortunately, these are the standing rules that were handed to us when we had to come back, when we came in to reconstitute the convention committee. And so unfortunately, it is what it is. I thought we gave enough advance notice when we realized there was nothing in there in your folder if you all wanted something in there by the original deadline, which the original individual deadline. There's two different deadlines, the county deadline and the individual deadline. And so we gave you all heads up before that. So we've done our best. We've trained. We reminded you, and during the training, reminded you all about the deadlines for individual submissions as well at that point. So while I can appreciate the passion and the frustration, unfortunately, these are the rules that are handed to us that we have no control over from the convention committee. And so again, sorry, unfortunately, this is what the cards that we were dealt. So thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Dylan.
Thank you. Just for the record, I would also like to express my frustration and disappointment in this body. Especially, I'd like to endorse the comments made by Shay Chan Hodges. But I also, in line with her comments, in the interest of everybody's time, if Chair and Vice Chair are okay with it, I would like to move on and move that we take up the public safety and disaster and emergency preparedness plank.
Okay, thank you. And I'd just like to make a quick comment as well on behalf of Chair Lamasau, who I know was communicating with member Chen Hodges about this specific platform issue. We actually recommended that this one go to resolutions, as the way that it was written was a little bit better tailored to the resolution committee. I believe member Chan Hodges also submitted it to the resolutions committee for them to consider, which we're appreciative of. And yeah, we're definitely not trying to stop people from expressing their ideas. We just would like it to be directed to the most appropriate place as well. So thank you for those comments. And with that, we do have a motion on the table. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Phil Barnes, motion by Dylan Ramos. Michael, for the vote, please.
Okay, for clarification, a yes vote means you want to discuss it. A no vote means you do not want to bring it up to have it debated. Brought before this body. Is that correct, Chair?
That is the motion on the table.
Yes.
That's the
Okay.
procedural motion.
Okay, thank you. Laura Ocasio.
Yes.
Katie Arita Chang.
No.
Katie Arita Chang votes no. Melissa Sato.
No.
Melissa Sato votes no. Sorry. Phil Barnes.
Yes.
Phil Barnes votes yes. Justin Cadiz.
Nope.
Justin Cadiz votes no. Shay Chan Hodges.
Yes.
Shay Chan Hodges votes yes. Carolyn Gloyu's not here. Justin Huey.
Yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
Huey votes yes. Josephine Killeran. Josephine Killeran. Not here. Dan Kochi. Dan Kochi,
Sorry, no.
Michelle Kurihara Klein. Oh, sorry, Dan Kochi votes no. Michelle Kurihara Klein, not present. Ken Morikawa. Ken Morikawa. Ken Morikawa, not here. D Morikawa. D Morikawa. D Morikawa, not here. Mark Nakashima. Mark Nakashima. Mark Nakashima, not here. Roth Puahala.
No.
Roth Puahala votes no. Dylan Ramos.
Yes.
Dylan Ramos votes yes. Stephanie Sakamoto.
No.
Stephanie Sakamoto votes no. Ryan Sakuda.
No.
Ryan Sakuda votes no. Bronson Silva. Bronson Silva. Bronson Silva's not here. Frank Shapowski.
Yes.
Frank votes yes. Kyle Yamashita. Kyle Yamashita. Kyle Yamashita not present. Cleo Chang. Cleo
No.
Chang. No. Okay, Cleo Chang votes no. Chair Lamasau. Chair Lamasau. Chair Lamasau votes no. With 6 votes, that motion fails, sir.
Thank you. Are there any other motions on the table?
Yes, Vice Chair, Dylan Ramos, I'd like to move to take up the government plank.
Is there a second?
Oh, I
Second.
think Phil just did. Oh,
Okay, Frank seconded and motion made by Dylan. Michael for the vote, please.
Okay, Laura Ocasio.
Yes.
Laura Ocasio votes yes. Katie Rita Chang.
No.
Katie Rita Chang votes no. Melissa Asato.
No.
Melissa Asato votes no. Phil Barnes.
Yes.
Phil Barnes votes yes. Justin Cadiz.
No.
Justin Cadiz votes no. Shay Chan Hodges.
Yes.
Shay Chan Hodges votes yes. Carolyn Gloyer is not present. Justin Huey.
Yeah.
Justin Huey votes yes. Josephine Killeran. Josephine Killeran. Josephine Killeran not present. Dan Kochi.
No.
Dan Kochi votes no. Michelle Kurihara Klein. Michelle Kurihara Klein not present. Dean Morikawa. Dean Morikawa. Dean Morikawa not present. D Morikawa. D Morikawa. D Morikawa not present. Mark Nakashima. Mark Nakashima. Mark Nakashima not present. Roth Puahala.
No.
Roth Puahala votes no. Dylan Ramos.
yes.
Dylan Ramos votes yes. Stephanie Sakamoto.
No.
Stephanie Sakamoto votes no. Ryan Sakuda.
No.
Ryan Sakuda votes no. Bronson Silva. Bronson Silva. Bronson Silva not present. Frank Shapowski.
Yes.
Frank Shapowski votes yes. Vice Chair Chang.
Nope.
Vice Chair Chang votes no. Chair Lamasau.
Abstain.
Abstain. Abstain. With 6 yeses, the motion fails.
Thank you. Seeing no further business, if there are no objection from the members, we can adjourn.
Yeah, that's excellent job, guys, everybody. Excellent job. Showed up to just
You're being sarcastic.